This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so yesterday we discussed about that what is the Jenkins, right? What are the advantages of using the Jenkins? We have discussed about the various other continuous integration tools, right? So today we are going to implement that CI/CD process for your Java project. So before that, you can run all the servers. So I'm starting the Sonar Keep server. So switch to the Sonar user, sudo space -, Sonar, because SonarKube is not going to run with the root user, right? So we have switched. Go to the opt directory, SonarKube bin Linux, sh sonar.sh, start. Sir, so Vijay is asking, every time we restarted a server, IP address is going to change in AWS. Will have a software, whatever we have installed before? Yes, softwares will be there. Just IP address is going to change. Okay. See, I have started this server today and I have connected, right? So just IP address has changed for this particular servers, but still these softwares are there. Just I have started it. I didn't install. See, it is running. This is a process ID, right? This is a process ID. Okay. So if you in the real time, we are going to use the elastic IP. In the real time, we are going to use the elastic IP, so that even if you restart that servers, IP address is not going to change. We'll discuss. So how to create a elastic IP, how to associate, how to attach that elastic IP with your EC instance. All these things we will discuss in the AWS. Okay. So now my all the servers are running. Yeah, even array. This is not the first class, right, Baba? Hmm? It is very bad, right? I will dismiss you. We should not see your faces. We don't want. Hmm? Everyone knows, right? Already, you should not supposed to switch on the camera. You should not supposed to unmute yourself. Okay. So now let me access these servers. Jenkins server. So yesterday we have installed. I didn't stop with this server, so it's working. So with the same URL, it is going to work. Let me access. So I have created one user called as Mithun Technologies. Password is password. Right. See, I hope everyone has installed this Jenkins server. Right. So guys, can you able to hear me? Janardhan Reddy is saying that voice is not audible. So Baya, check from your side. Okay, everyone is able to hear me properly. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Just check that Janardhan from your side. Okay. So we can able to access the Jenkins server. Then we can see Sonar Keep whether we can able to access or not. Take this public IP address. Okay. So what is the port number for Sonar Keep? Default one 9000. Okay. Let's see. Yes, we can able to access. The default credentials are for SonarCube is admin, right? These are the default credentials. So let me access that Nexus server. Okay. So did you remember what is the port number we have given for Nexus? 9980. What is the context path we have given? Nexus, right? See, it's running. We can able to access. So the default username is admin, and we have changed the password. Okay. So we have logged in as the admin user. So let me access that Tomcat also. So we have changed the password for Tomcat, na? 9980. Okay. Give the username as Mitten Technologies. Password is a password. Right? You see? So let me undeploy this one. So now only the 5 default applications are there. Right? So yesterday what I did, I have created one Ubuntu server. There I have installed that Java. Okay. So just if you go to that this blog, I have explained that how to install that Java in the Ubuntu server. Okay. So I have installed that Java, JRE and JDK also. So if you want to know whether JDK or Java, JRE is installed, so if you want to check JDK is installed, just execute that Java C hyphen version. If the JDK is installed, then it is going to give that version. So here Java C means Java compiler. So as part of JDK, compiler will be there, right? So just go through this blog. So today I will do one more blog, one more post for how to install that Jenkins in the Ubuntu server. Okay. So I don't know how many guys gone through this one. Okay. So you can start practicing in the Ubuntu server also. Okay. So clear. Let's start from here. So whatever we are going to do that integration about all the servers. So we need to implement this CI/CD process for your Java project. So whatever we are seeing here, na, all these things we are going to discuss today. How to integrate GitHub, Maven, Tomcat, SonarCube, all these things with your Jenkins server. See right now what we are doing. If you want to do a build, we'll open the command prompt, we'll get the code, then we are executing the command mvn clean package. Instead of that one, just we are going to configure all these tools with the your Jenkins. Okay. So one second, let me close this one. So here first, if you want to implement CI/CD, we need to create a job. For that one, if you see here, left side top corner, new item. So I hope everyone has installed this Jenkins, right? Anybody have any questions while installing Jenkins? No issues, right? Okay. So now we are going to create a job. See here, new item is there. Click on this new item. So give the name here. So I'm going to give that job name. So usually for which project you are going to create the project name, and for which environment we are going to creating this process. That environment name we are going to give. See here, Walmart is the project name, hyphen dev. Dev is the environment. So first we are going to implement for dev environment, right? So here if you see that freestyle, pipeline, like various project types are there. So first we'll go with this freestyle project type. So what we did, we have clicked the new item and we have given the job name and we are selecting the freestyle project. So once if you select this one, see OK button is going to be enabled. Just scroll down, OK button is there, right? Click on OK. Once if you click on OK, then it will come to that updated view, right? So this freestyle project is the one project type. Using that one, we can create the jobs. So later we'll discuss. We have various project types are there. Freestyle, Maven project, pipeline, okay, multi-branch pipeline. Various project types are there. Okay. So first you can select that freestyle. Okay. Then click on OK. Then it will come to here, updated view. Right. So here, if you see in our diagram, what is the first step? We need to get the code from the GitHub. Once developer push the code, we need to get the code from the GitHub. So if you want to get the code from GitHub, we should have the GitHub URL, right? So go to that GitHub, our organization. So this is our organization, right? So click on repositories. Here you will see that Maven web application. So we'll implement CI/CD process for Maven web application. Click on this one, Maven web application. So take that repository URL. So if you want to take the repository URL, see here under code, click on this one, copy this one. So this is a repository URL I am going to use to get the code from the GitHub. So just take this URL, go to your job, see, just scroll down. We have one section called as source code management. Under the source code management, you will see here Git, right? So if it is a GitLab or if it is the Bitbucket, what you want me to select here? Git only? Yes. So for GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, for all these three source code management repositories, we are going to select that Git only. Why? Because all these three developed on top of Git only. So all the Git commands, it is going to work, right? Suppose if your source code is in that SVN, what you want me to select? Git only? None. No. You have to install that SVN plugin. Then you will see here SVN. Okay. So right now it is not it is showing here because we didn't install that particular plugin. When you are installing Jenkins yesterday, we have selected that suggest installable plugins. Right. So it is going to install some popular whatever it is required plugin, those plugins. So if you want to get the code from TFS, which option you want me to select? You have to install the TFS plugin. So by default, Git plugin has installed. That's why we can able to see that Git option here. So now select this Git. So once you select the Git, it is going to ask the repository URL. Give the repository URL. So as soon as you give the repository URL, once you click on mouse outside of this input box, it is showing that one error. Why it is showing this error? See, when you are trying to get the code from GitHub, it is going to some Git commands from this Linux server where the Jenkins is installed. In this Linux server, it is trying to execute the Git commands. It will execute the Git commands. Did we install that Git in the Linux server where my Jenkins is installed? No, just we have installed that Java and Jenkins only. we didn't install that git. So what we have to do to fix this error? So if you want, you can save it. Okay. So if you want, you can go back to the Jenkins dashboard. This is a job we have created, but fully not completed, right? Just we have given the retrieval. So now if you go and see here, click on configure. So if you want to update existing job, we are going to click on configure. See, still we can able to see that same error. What we'll do, we'll connect to this Linux server where Jenkins is running. In that Linux server, we are going to install the Git server, Git software. Okay, so we have connected. Just execute git --- version. So Git software is not there. So how to install a Git software? Very simple command. Yum install git -y. Can't we use Git plugins in Jenkins? We can use that one also. I'm showing in various ways. So Maven, all those softwares I'm going to install through Jenkins only. I will show you those options also. Okay, so yum install git -y. So it is going to install that git in this Linux server. Now, if you go and execute git --- version, see, Git software has installed successfully. Now, if you go to your job, see, this is our dashboard. Here it is going to show that all the jobs, what are the jobs which we have created in this Linux server. So if you want to update this job, first click on that particular job and you have to click on the configure tab. Then it will come to the updated view. Now see, can you able to see the error? No. So like this you can fix that error, right? So when you are getting the code from GitHub, if it is a private repository, we should give the credentials, right? How to give the GitHub credentials? Very simple here. See, credentials one drop down is there. Right now, it is not showing anything. It is showing that none because we didn't created that credentials. How to create the credentials? How to add the GitHub credentials? See here, add Jenkins. So here, give that username. So my GitHub username is devops training BLR is my GitHub username. Password, sir, tell me your password, sir. Password is password. Okay, sir, we will try with DevOps training BLR and password is password. Is it correct? So Shiva is asking, in real time, are we are not going to give the GitHub credentials, right? See, that is up to you. If you use that SSH URL, you don't want to give the credentials. But if you are using that HTTPS URL, you should give the credentials, username. Instead of password, you can give the token. Okay. So under description, give that GitHub credentials. Type that one. So because already I have typed in the previous batch, it is showing here. Right. For you guys, it may not going to show. Just type that GitHub credentials. Click on add. Right. So now, see here, under drop down, you will see here GitHub credentials. Select this one. Even if you don't give any credentials also, in our case, it is going to work. Why? Because it is a public repository URL. Without credentials also we can able to. But now I am showing how to give the credentials. Suppose if you are using private repository, definitely you have to give the credentials, right? How to give the credentials? So go to here, add Jenkins, and you can give that credentials, right? So 1 second, guys. I'm getting call. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. So like this, you can give that repository URL and credentials. So guys, only one time we are going to add these credentials. Later, if you are going to create another job, automatically these credentials will be available. Okay. So after getting the code, what we need to do? We need to do the build, right? So if you go to your Jenkins, just scroll down. And one more thing, if you see here, we have given that repository URL from which branch you want to get. So for development branch, we need to get the code for dev environment. Just scroll down. See here, build. One option is there. One section is there. Under this, see here, add build step. Click on add. If you see here, we have various options are there under drop down. Which option you want me to select for us now? We need to select that invoke top level Maven targets. Right? Why? Because this is a Java project which is having the Maven as a build tool. So if it is the Gradle, you have to select this one. Invoke Gradle. If it is the ant, invoke ant. So already we know using the Jenkins, we can run Java projects. We can use that .NET projects, right? Any programming languages. So if you want to execute the shell script, we are going to use the execute shell. So if you want to execute the PowerShell, we are going to select this Windows batch command, right? So now I am going to select that invoke top level Maven targets. So if you want to do a build, what are the goals we are going to use? We are going to use that clean package. So before creating a package, first we are going to execute the clean, right? Then we are going to execute the package code. So to execute Python script, so select that shell script, Madhu. So here invoke shell, select this one, and you can execute that Maven commands, Python commands, Python scripts. Okay. So first we'll go with these two steps. Okay. We'll get the code, then we'll do the build. Let's see. Click on save. Now I have created this job with those two steps: getting the code, and it is going to do the build. So Nanda Bala is asking, MVN is no need, sir? No need, Baya, because already we mentioned that invoke top level Maven targets. That option we used it. So you don't want to use that MVN command. Just specify the goal names. Okay. So now I want to run this job. Click on this particular job. If you see here, build now one option is there. Okay. So Nitin is asking, Maven, we no need to install, right? Let's see what will happen. Okay. How to fix those issues. Right now, if you go and see, Maven is not installed in the Linux server where my Jenkins is installed. Yes or no? Now click on build now. We'll get a error. Let's see what type of error we are going to get. How to fix that one. See build number 1. It has failed. Red color. Red color means danger zone. So after seeing with red color, everyone is going to scared. Arey yaar, my bill has failed. What is this, man? Like that, many people are going to think. Don't worry. Click on that bill number. Automatically click on console output. It is going to display that console output. Means the log See, it went to the GitHub, it got the code. When it is executing, see, we didn't specify that MVN, just we have specified that goal names. But when it is executing, it is going to use that MVN clean package. When it is executing MVN clean package command, it is giving the error. It is saying that no such file or directory. Cannot run the program MVN. Cannot run the program MVN. What do you mean by this one? Maven software is not installed. MVN command not found means Maven software is not installed. Right? What to do? We need to install the Maven software. Right? See here, okay, we can go and we can install the Maven software in the Linux server where my Jenkins is installed. But the problem is Walmart project is using that Maven 3.6.2. Okay, Amazon project is using that Maven 3.8.2. Then how to install that multiple softwares, multiple versions, not the multiple software, multiple versions of Maven software? Is it possible to install multiple versions of Maven software in the Linux server? No, at a time you can install one version of software only. You can install 3.6.2 or 3.8.2. But it is very difficult, right? So when you are running Amazon job, you can go and install 3.8. When you are installing, when you are running Walmart, you can install 3.6. It is very difficult job, right? Then what to do? Is it possible to install multiple versions? Is there any way? Yes. How? Directly you can configure Maven software in the Jenkins itself rather than installing that Maven software in the Linux server. So for that one, go to the dashboard, see, manage Jenkins, global tool configuration. So guys, if you want to do any administration related tasks in the Jenkins, you have to click on manage Jenkins. Click on global tool configuration. Right here, see, you can install Java software, you can install Git software, you can install Gradle and Maven. You can configure or install n number of versions. Okay, click on add Maven. So here you can give that version Maven, any name you can give here. So I want to install the 3.8.2. So here see Maven 3.8.2. So we have selected that install automatically, right? 3.8.2. So like that you can add one more version. Click on add Maven. So give the name Maven 3.6.2. So here you have to select that 3.6.2. So like this guys, you can configure n number of Maven versions. Not a problem at all. Okay, then you can save it. Like this, after configuring whatever the versions you want, you can go to the dashboard. Click on this project. Click on configure. Just scroll down. If you see here under build section, Maven version, you have to select. If you don't select, it will take the default version. So where it is going to take from the default version? So whatever the software you have installed in Maven, that version it is going to take. Okay. But right now we didn't install any Maven software in the Linux server, right? So this default option is not going to work. You have to select, see in the drop down, you will see whatever the versions you have configured, those versions it is going to display here. Now, whatever the version you want, you can select it. So guys, like this one, Java, Gradle, whatever other softwares, you can install it in the global tool configuration with various versions and you can configure it here. So Venkat is asking in real time, are we going to configure multiple versions or same version? It is going to use for all the projects. Multiple versions based on the project requirement. Developer will mention for this particular project, this is a Maven version, we need to use it. So that time you have to configure and you have to use it. Right. So now click on save, click on build now, click on build now. See now the build number will be 2. See here, earlier build number 1, it's 2. Now click on this one, build number 2. See, we have able to see that log, right? See now it is executing. It's executed mn clean package command. See, it is downloading all the dependencies. It is downloading all the dependencies. Just scroll down. See, so very first time, right? It is downloading all the dependencies from the central repository. It will take for some time first. So build as successful. If you see building var file, observe that it has created a var file. Just copy this one. So it has created a var file, maven-web-application dot var file. So if you see here /var lib Jenkins, this is the default path for your Jenkins installation. Default path for Jenkins home directory. So Nitin Jan is asking, sir, why we selected freestyle other than other project types? We'll discuss, Bhaiya. I told you already, right? We'll discuss about others also. Can we add the already launched Maven app link to that Jenkins? Yes, it is possible also. Okay, suppose you have downloaded that Maven software in this Linux server and you have extracted. Can we configure that software? Yes, it is possible. Okay, so Sreenar Reddy is asking. So for that one, go to that global tool configuration. So here, if you see that, click on add Maven installations, add Maven. See, instead of selecting this install automatically, give the path where you have extracted that software till the bin directory you have to give. Clear? So if you didn't install, if you didn't downloaded that Maven software, you want to download that, you can select that install from install automatically. Clear? So now if you see here, this is a default path for your Jenkins home directory. So in Jenkins home directory, you will see that workspace directory. Inside the workspace directory, whatever the job name we have given, with that job name, it is going to create a one directory. Inside that this particular directory, your source code will be there. Inside the source code, see target directory will be there. Inside the target, your package will be there. Madhu is asking, other than Maven, Git Ant or other softwares in global tool configuration, how to do it? However, we did for Maven, same we can do it for git java under, right? Okay. Sorry. See, clear? This is the default Jenkins home directory. Remember this path. Again, I am going to ask you. N number of times they ask this question. What is the default path for your Jenkins home directory? Slash varlib Jenkins is the default path for your Jenkins home directory. Right. So now we will do that SonarQube report execution. And one more question: is it possible to change this default Jenkins home directory path to something else? Yes, it is possible. It is possible. Right. So how to change all these things we'll discuss later. Now, after doing the build, I want to execute the SonarQube report. How to execute the SonarQube report? For executing the SonarQube report, first we should configure that SonarQube server URL and username password. Where we are going to configure SonarQube server details? Yes, we can change that username, that's a port number for so Jenkins server. I will show you that one. Sunil is saying under job, Shiva also saying job. So when you are executing SonarQube report manually, where we have configured the SonarQube server details? Pom.xml. Here also same thing. Okay. In the pom.xml, we are going to configure. See, go to that GitHub repository URL. Okay. So this one, go to the pom.xml. So here, people are going to do the mistakes here. They are going to update this pom.xml. What is the problem here? See, currently we are in the master branch, but which branch we are using? Development branch. So first you can switch to that development branch. Then click on that pom.xml. Click on this pom.xml. So guys, here many times many people are doing the mistake is they are in the wrong branch and they are going to update that pom.xml. Okay. So once if you select that pom.xml, here see here edit icon is there. Click on this edit icon. So just scroll down, you will see here SonarQube sonar.host.url. So just change that SonarQube server URL. Give that correct SonarQube server URL. This one. Okay. So till here, the port number 9000 slash forward slash you have to give. Okay. So username password is same admin. Okay. So instead of username password, you can configure the token also if you want to. Okay. You guys can practice with the token. Just scroll down. Click on commit changes. So guys, you should not supposed to use my repository because you don't have that update access. Without update access, you are not able to save that SonarQube server URL here. So what you have to do? You have to fork my repository, get your own copy, use that for your practice. Clear? Okay. So now we have configured the SonarQube server details. Go to this particular tab, click on configure, just scroll down under build. If you see here, package is then clean package. What is the command for executing SonarQube report? Sonar colon sonar. Sonar colon sonar. Right. Save it. Okay. So now click on this build now. So see build number 3. Click on this log. Click on console output. See here. So first it went to the GitHub. It got the code. Then it is doing the build, right? Then it is executing the SonarCube report, right? So right now, see here, no projects. So still it is executing SonarCube report. So build has successful, right? Now, if you go to your SonarCube server dashboard, and if you click on this projects tab, you will see, right? See, last analysis September 28th, 2021, 8:18 a.m. Right. So like this, you can configure the SonarCube server details in pom.xml and you can execute the SonarCube report. So what is the next step? We need to upload that artifact into the artifact repository. Right. So for that one, you have to configure the Nexus repository details. Where usually where we are going to configure the Nexus repository details in the pom.xml only. Right. So go to that repositories. Take this repository URLs. Copy. This is the release repository. This is the snapshot repository. Right? This is the snapshot repository. Can you mention mn clean deploy sonar colon sonar to deploy artifact and SonarCube report same time? Yes, you can specify it. But first you should configure that Nexus repository details. Then only you can able to use that deploy goal. Okay. So now take this repository URLs, go to your GitHub repository. So right now we are pointing to the development branch and go to the pom.xml, click on edit icon. So go to that distribution management tag. So here remove this one, give the repository URL, then you can take that snapshot repository URL. Okay, see release URL, the snapshot, save it, because commit changes to the directly to the development branch. Now what you have to do, you have to configure the Nexus credentials, where we are going to configure the Nexus credentials. In which file we are going to configure? Settings.xml. Yes or no? In the settings.xml, we are going to configure. Right? So, where is that settings.xml file? Where it is? The settings.xml file. Maven home directory. There you will see that conf directory. Inside the conf directory, you will see settings.xml. So, where we have configured that Maven software? In the Linux server, right? Through global tool configuration. So whatever the software we have installed through global tool configuration, okay, so using this option, whatever the softwares we have configured, Java, Git, all these softwares are going to store by default. See what we did, we have selected that install automatically. So these softwares are going to install in the Jenkins home directory. In the Jenkins home directory, you will see one directory called as tools directory. So go to the tools directory and whatever the version you have selected for your job. So if you go to this job, click on configure. For this particular job, you have selected that 3.8.2. With that name, one folder will be there. So go to your Jenkins home directory. Jenkins home directory will be, so first switch to the root user. As a normal user, you are not able to update. So go to that where lib Jenkins. So there you will see that tools directory. See, you will see that tools directory. Inside the tools directory, you will see this one, Hudson. Okay, so there you will see that Maven 3.8. Sir, we have configured two versions of software. Na? Then why it is showing only one? We should able to see the 3.6.2 also. Na? We have configured, but still we didn't use it. Once if we use, then only it is going to download and it is going to use it. Just we have configured, still we didn't use it. So if you go here and if you select this one and if you, so I have selected 3.6.2. Now if you go and click on build now, in this case it is going to download that software. It is going to keep that software into the tools directory. Okay, so if you are not going to use, just if you configure, then it is not going to download. Okay, so right now for this job, which version of software, Maven software you are using? 3.6.2. So now if you just type ls, see 3.6.2 version of software also it will be there. So go inside that Maven 3.6.2, right? So there you will see that conf directory. Inside the conf directory you will see that settings.xml. Right. So open that settings.xml file, va settings.xml file. Search with servers tag. See, this is a opening tag. Come down. So this is a closing tag. So before that, just type I and hit the enter. So here you have to add that server tag, right? Server opening tag and the server closing tag will be there. So in between you have to write that id tag. Id, what is the id which we are using? Nexus, and it should be closed. After id tag we have to give that username. Okay, what is the Nexus username? Admin, it should be closed, right? Username, then password. Okay, so the password is password only, and a closing tag. So like this we are going to configure the Nexus username and password, right? Save it, escape colon w. Okay, so now go to your job, click on this job, click on configure. So here just scroll down. So here you can use that deploy, right? So right now if you go and see, we'll delete those. If any packages are there, we'll delete it. Snapchat is nothing is there, so here we'll delete it. Okay, so nothing is there now. See, religious repository and Snapchat both are empty. Sunil is asking, for the first time we build the job, will not get that Maven home directory until we execute that job. To update the settings at XML with Nexus repository, what will be the scenario? So in this case, what you have to do, Sunil, manually download that Maven software using the wget command in the Linux server. You can download and give the path instead of install automatically. Selecting option is there, na? Install automatically. Instead of that one, you can download and you can extract it and you can use that path. So like that also you can do it. Or first you can do the build, then you will get that software, download, then you can configure it. Your wish. Okay, so you can save it. Now if you go and do that build, click on build now option. It is going to trigger the job. So first what it will do, it will go to the GitHub, it will get the code, then it will do the build, then it will execute the SonarQube report, then it will execute the, it will upload the artifact into artifact repository. So this is the flow which is going to be happen now. See, it is executing. Click on this one. If you observe here, no changes, means from last build to this build, no files are updated. Started by this particular user. See, when it is getting the code, it is going to get that commit ID also. It is going to get that commit ID also. Okay, and repository URL. So recently they have added this one. Earlier we don't have this feature. They were not displaying the repository URL. See, now they are adding this one also, right? And branch name also. So if you want to see the console output, click on this console output. You will see the log here, right? See, it has uploaded to that Snapchat repository. Go here and if you see here, it has uploaded, right? See here, today only it has uploaded. Tuesday, September 28th. Right? So like this, you can configure that Nexus, SonarQube, Maven, Git. Now package is ready. What we need to do? We need to deploy the application to the Tomcat server. How to deploy it? So we need to configure the Tomcat server details. So for that one, first you should install a one plugin. Okay. So in one of the interview, they asked this question 2 years back. What is the plugin which we are going to install to deploy the application into the Tomcat server? Deploy to container. This is a plugin name. How to install this particular plugin? Very simple. So if you want to install a plugin, we are going to click on that manage Jenkins. Okay, click on manage Jenkins, manage plugins. There you will see here various tabs. Updates tab. So what this updates tab is going to display? If any updates are there, for your plugins, it will display here. Right now no updates and available. Click on available tab. See here, these plugins are available to install it. So the install tab, whatever the plugins you have already installed, those plugins are going to be available here. Advanced tab we'll discuss later. So go to the available tab. Here search with deploy to container. See, deploy to container. So click on, select this one, click on install without restart. So if it is a Tomcat or JBoss or Glassfish, for these three servers, we are going to the same plugin, right? So if you want to deploy the application into that WebLogic or WebSphere application server, same plugin is going to be helpful? No. Can you guess what is the plugin we have to use? You are not sure? Go to here available tab, just search with WebLogic. See, deploy WebLogic. This is a plugin which we are going to use to install for deploying application into the WebLogic server. WebSphere application, just search with WebSphere. See, WebSphere deployer deploys your web artifacts automatically to IBM WebSphere application server and IBM Liberty Profile. So IBM Liberty Profile is another server, right? So based on your requirement, you can come here and you can guess with that keyword and you can search. So UCD is a one deployment tool. In the UCD, we are not going to deploy. Using the UCD, we can deploy application into the application servers like IBM WebSphere application server. So by default, if you go and see, just search with UCD or urban code deploy, you are not going to see. So for this one, you have to download this urban code deploy plugin from IBM website. You can go here and here you'll see that upload plugin. Click on browse and like that you can. So for installing external plugins, we are going to use that advanced tab. In one of the interview they asked this question. So if you have external plugins in your laptop, that time we are going to use that advanced tab. So I have clearly explained. Just go through our playlist. You will see that Jenkins playlist. Click on view full playlist. So in this video under Jenkins plugin management, I have explained that how to install that external plugins using the advanced tab. If you want, you can explore this one. Jenkins plugin management, this video. Okay. So now we have installed that deploy to container plugin. Now click on this particular job. So click on configure. Just scroll down. Okay. You will see under post build actions. Okay. Click on this drop down. There you will see that deploy where are here to a container. Right. So Deepak Naik is asked, can we download the available plugins and modify and upload into the advanced section? Yes. See, you can develop your own plugin, okay, and you can install using that advanced tab, right? So here select this. So guys, when we are going to see this option, deploy where are here to a container, after installing that deploy where are deploy to container plugin, right? Before installing, if you go and see, you are not going to see this option, right? So now what I'm going to do, I will select this one, deploy where are here to a container, give that var file name. So what is the var file it is going to generate? This is the var file. So where this var file is there, Target, Walmart. So here you have to give 2 stars. It will go to this one. Okay. So by default it is going to point this one, but my var file is available Walmart in Target directory. So you can give that 2 stars. Then give that var file name. So guys, we have to give that correct var file name. Then context path. If you want, you can give the context path or you can ignore it. Then containers. See, you can use that glassfish, JBoss, and see, just scroll down 9.x Tomcat. Select this one. So give the Tomcat server URL. So take this Tomcat server URL. So right now, if you see that only the 5 default applications are there. So just take till here only, till the URL that port number. Okay. So if you want to deploy the application into the Tomcat server through Jenkins, you should give the Tomcat server credentials. So if you want to give the Tomcat server credentials, you can give here under credentials. GitHub credentials are there, right? We should not supposed to select this GitHub credentials. Na? What we have to select? We have to select that add Jenkins. Give that username. So username is Mithun Technologies. This is the username for a Tomcat which we have created, and password. So guys, these are the Tomcat server credentials, and you can give here Tomcat server credentials. Click on add. Now under drop down, you can select that Tomcat server credentials. Okay, save it. So we have configured Tomcat server. Now we have to trigger the job. If you want to trigger the job, click on build now. Okay, see, build is going on. So Shiva is asking, are we going to learn about UCD in this course? No, we didn't commit it, right? So Arvind is asking, if we used RSA algorithm with the Tomcat server, then we have to pass the password or not? Where we are going to use the RSA algorithm with the Tomcat server? Arvind? Passwordless authentication. So if you make passwordless authentication, in this case, you have configured that URL, right? So you have to give that username password. See, build has failed. Let's see why build has failed. Console output. So we got the error here. Just read that error message properly. Okay. See, Tomcat, the username you provided is not allowed to use text-based Tomcat manager. Error code is 403. What do you mean by 403, guys? Forbidden means you don't have enough access, right? So you don't have the enough access to deploy. See, did you remember what are the roles we have created when you are creating that user in the Tomcat server for this Mithun Technologies user? What are the roles we discussed here? Manager -GUI, admin -GUI. With these roles, we are not able to deploy the application through Jenkins server. So we need to add one more role. What is that another role? Manager -script. So you have to add this user to the Tomcat credentials. So connect to that Linux server where your Tomcat server is there. This server. Okay. So switch to the root user. Go to the OPT directory. Apache Tomcat conf. So there you will see that tomcat-users.xml. Just scroll down. See here, this is the user, right? So in this user, we have given the username as Mithun Technologies, password as password, roles, manager-gui, admin-gui, comma, just type I, it will come insert mode, comma, within the double quotes, give that manager-script, manager-script, save it. Now you can go to the job, click on build now, right? So right now, if you go and see in the Tomcat, we don't have that application. It will deploy now. See, application has deployed successfully. If you want, you can go and see that console output. See, deploying it's successful. Now, if you go here, just click on list apps. See, application has deployed. Right click, open link in new tab. See, you can able to access this application. Right. So like this, see, now we have created one job. Just if you click on that one, it will go to the GitHub, it will get the code, it will do the build, it will execute the SonarQube report, then it will upload the artifact, then it is going to deploy the application to the Tomcat server. Right? See, end to end, we are making automation. Okay. So now, right now, what we are doing, manually we are going here, we are clicking on build now. Instead of manually clicking on this build now, do we have any option to make it automation? As soon as the developer puts the code, build has to be triggered automatically, so that we can make it end-to-end automation even without any DevOps engineer manual intervention. Automatically build will trigger. So for that one, we are going to use that any one of the below option, make automate build trigger. How to make it? So for that one, we are going to use cool SCM build periodically GitHub webhook, GitHub webhook, right? So pool SM is the one way of automating your build trigger. So if you go to your job, click on your job, click on configure, just scroll down, you will see here build triggers, one section is there. Under build trigger section, if you see that pool SCM, enable this checkbox. So here you can give that cron tab format. So I'm going to give that 5 stars, star space star space star space star space star. So like that, I have given it 5 stars. At the end of the star, don't give the space. So here, what do you mean by this one? All stars means every minute. So the cron tab format for all star means every minute. You can give star by 1 or 5 stars. So here, what will happen now? Click on save it. What will happen? Whatever the cron tab format, whatever the schedule time we have given, that particular schedule time, your Jenkins job will go to that GitHub and it will check it whether updated code is there or not. If updated code is there, then only it is going to trigger the job. Then only it is going to trigger the job. Otherwise, job is not going to trigger. But Jenkins will go and every time it will check. Okay, is there any updated code is there or not? On what basis it is going to identify whether updated code is there or not? Already I showed you guys. See, if you go to that any log, any build number, if you see that along with the code, it is going to get this commit ID. What Jenkins will do? It will take this commit ID, it will go to the GitHub, it will compare it. If both commit IDs are same means, do we have updated code? No. If both commit IDs are different means, then it will assume, oh, we have some updated code. Then build is going to trigger. See, build number is 7. How to know this build number is 7 is triggered manually or through automation? See, it will show here. Started by user Mithun Technologies. So this build is triggered by manually by the Mithun Technologies user. Right? See, we have configured every minute. Build is triggering for every minute? No. Every minute your Jenkins will go to the GitHub and it will check whether updated code is there or not. When it is going to trigger? If any updated code is there. Now what we'll do? We'll update the code directly in the GitHub and we'll commit there so that commit ID is going to be changed. Then it is going to trigger the job. Let's see. So go to the GitHub, and one more thing right now, if you see, welcome to Mithun Software Solutions. We have a demo on DevOps Master Program on 18th September. Right? So now the new batch is 9th October. 9th October. So what I will do, I will update it. So if you want to get the updates in this particular page, go to that application development branch, go to that main. Here web app is there. Na? There you will see that JSPs. Under the JSP, you will see that home.jsp. Because of this home.jsp, you can able to see this GUI code. Okay. So now I will update this home.jsp. Click on that home.jsp. Click on edit icon. Okay. Just see here. Change that 9th October. So demo is at 7 p.m. guys. So the batch timings are morning 6 to 7 morning 7:30 to 9. Sir, October 9th my batch is going to over? No. So whatever the topics, leftover topics is going to cover by other trainer, right? Balaji sir. Okay, so that time I'm going to finish that Jenkins and resume preparation. Later AWS, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible is going to cover by the Balaji sir. Okay, so guys who are looking for DevOps training, please refer your friends also. So guys, every time demo is at 7 p.m. only, right? So Dayanand is asking Terraform. So for this batch, I didn't committed the Terraform, right? What I said, n number of times I'm saying Dayanand, I will give that material and some videos which are there in already YouTube channel. Okay, just go through that one. If you want the detailed Terraform, 2 months course is there. If you want, you can join for that one. So in the real time, which option will use frequently? Full SCM, will periodically, GitHub webhook. It depends on your requirement. I will explain you all these three. Later you can see which one is fit for your requirement. Okay, so we have committed, right? Now you can go to your Jenkins. Okay, click on this your job. Observe here, build already triggered, build number 8. So if you click on this build number 8 and see here, Who started? Started by an SCM change. Started by an SCM change. Means some changes are there in the source code management. Because of that one, build has triggered. See here, what are the changes of home.jsp? Right? See, build is successful. Now you can go here, just refresh this page. Definitely we are going to see that updates. Yes or no? Click on this, refresh. See, 9th October 2021 at 7 p.m. IST. So guys, any demo in Mithun Technologies related DevOps, it will be 7 p.m. IST only on Saturday. Classes will be 6 to 7:30, 7:30 to 9. Two batches are there as of now. No evening batches. Okay, so if anybody is looking, please refer. So give my number so that they will contact me and I will help them. Clear about this full SCM? So we'll discuss build periodically GitHub webhook in tomorrow's class. So before coming to the next class, complete whatever we discussed so far, so that it is very interesting. Otherwise, it's okay, right? So if you start practicing, you will get that very good interest. So do we have class this weekend? Yes, we have Saturday class. Okay. So guys, now onwards, even we have Saturday also classes. So Venkat is asking when new Terraform batch will start. I will tell you. Okay. Have deleted all the servers. Nitin is saying. Again, you can install it by a. Okay. So Babu is asking if you want to deploy where are here to a more than one instance with the different port numbers. Yes, you can configure it. But if you see here, go to your job, click on configure, just scroll down to that deploy, this one post build action. See here, it is not possible to allow you. So that deploy where to a container is disabled, right? So, but Sunil is saying don't plan for weekend enjoyments. Yes, for everyone, he's giving that alert. Hmm? Cyclone alert he is giving now only. Hey, every day we have classes. Hmm? Sir will give the entertainment. Okay, I'm not singing right. Yes, until we learn the DevOps, don't not only learn until we get the job. Don't entertain. Don't give the time for weekends. Hmm? Yes. Okay, so guys, once you'll get the good job with good package, every weekend you can go out. You can enjoy it. Hmm? Sir, today's practice is so vast, sir. Yes, madam, you can spend 3 hours. Hmm? See, madam, just if you go through this one, 2 hours is more enough. If you are up to practice it so far, whatever the tools we discussed. Now you've gone through right this one. Half an hour is more enough. So Jay Shankar is asking how to configure that deploy more than application more than at a time into the Tomcat server. So for that one, you can use that SCP command. I will show you Jay Shankar. See, instead of using this plugin, deploy where to a container, you can copy this one. See, anyway, your Tomcat server is installed in one Linux server. Your Jenkins is in different Linux server. So package is here in the Jenkins server. So if you want to copy your Tomcat that var file into multiple Tomcats, use that SCP command. You can copy into that multiple servers without plugin also. Clear? Okay, thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll continue other topic. Thank you.